intentionally but recklessly. They believe they had a campfire that got out of control. They were not supposed to be having a campfire in that area. Now, there's no comment yet from those individuals publicly, but they have been cooperating with police. Mandatory evacuations are in effect north of Sierra Madre, east of Azusa, and 5 of 9 schools are closed in Glendora. In fact, one of them, Goddard Middle School, is now the command post for firefighters. Yeah,
one of those suspects very apologetic about starting that fire in that campfire when the winds picked up. Right now, let's go to NBC4's Megan Reyes live in News Chopper 4. Do you have an update for us, Megan?
Well, we do have an update right now. We're looking at this fire. This is the western portion of the fire here, just right off of Highway 39. I believe that is St. Lucy's school down there in the Glendora area. Some concerned whether or not that school was catching fire. You can see how very close it burned to that school, that structure area. But you can see firefighters down there. They are doing a lot of structure protection. And that's what I'm hearing a lot is the structure protection. Let me zoom into this area right here. Earlier, there was a flare-up right in this vicinity. You can see those firefighters. There's 3 firefighters standing in the brush right there, and they were doing structure protection for this particular home. So fortunately, that fire burned itself out, but literally right behind it in the backyard, there's another flare-up right now. So firefighters are surrounded in this area. They're doing the best they can to make sure that none of these structures are lost to this fire. But again, this is just a little east of Highway 39. This is the western portion of the fire, and as we pull out, you can see the extent of the damage. All this area has already been consumed by flames, and as I pull over here, you can see as I pan to the right, all this smoke here. A lot of these homes were some of those homes earlier were destroyed. It is in this area, but we can't even get a shot of that because of all that thick smoke. So right now we are dealing with a lot of those hot spots. We do see air attacks right now. They are dropping water in this vicinity, and they're doing the best they can, and they're really concentrating right here on this area to make sure that none of these structures here are destroyed by this fire.
We know that firefighters are extremely concerned about Duarte, about Monrovia. The vegetation in that area has not burned for a great number of years there. I know that we have different flanks of this fire moving in different directions. Is there a sign that the flames are moving closer to some of those neighborhoods in Duarte?
Well, fortunately right now, as I pull out, you're going to see the winds are coming in from the northeast. So really there isn't too much to, there's one of the air bosses right down below. You can see all these little hot spots here. And as I keep pulling over here to the left here, you're going to see eventually here's nothing left to burn. This is that wash there off of Highway 39, and there's Highway 39 in the center of your screen. That is a reservoir. They're actually using that reservoir there to fuel some of the helicopters. So really it's going to have no place to burn. Right now, if the winds sustain, that's good news. The winds have calmed. You can see that smoke is kind of billowing straight up, which generally shows that the winds are calm and they're not pushing the fires we saw earlier right now. Unfortunately, time is of essence right now because those winds are expected to kick up later this afternoon. You can see one of those water-dropping helicopters getting ready to set up and drop another load of water on this fire. But again, right now, the winds are calm, so firefighters are using this time to their advantage, and they're basically going to try to eliminate any potential threat to some of these homes, at least as of right now.
Yeah, and Megan, we were getting alerts for people who live in the Duarte area. We're being told that in the event the fire spreads west of Highway 39, some Duarte residents as well as all Bradbury residents will be subject to mandatory evacuations. Again, that order hasn't been called yet, but people should be on notice. And if anybody feels as though the flames are coming close to their homes, they are asked to get out. And the specific areas, again, all residents of Bradbury, Duarte residents east of Mountain Avenue, north of Royal Oaks Parkway. And again, we are getting this bird's eye view from News Chopper 4, a number of helicopters, fixed-wing aircraft doing their job to work the fire. Michelle Valles, who has been on this ongoing coverage since early this morning, has left us, and we now have Colleen Williams joining us now on the fire. And Colleen, I know that you've been watching this coverage. You called in earlier this morning seeing the smoke and flames, well, not necessarily the flames, but the smoke from Pasadena.
You know, I'm about 10 to 15 miles away from Glendora, right around the Rose Bowl area. Woke up this morning, the air was calm. We had expected high winds overnight. No sign of that. And I'm not sure. Let me check my microphone here. I'm sure you can hear me through WITS. But, you know, we use the term exploded. This really exploded in 6 hours. It went to what? Between 6 o'clock in the morning and noon, 1,700 acres. We don't use that term lightly, but you could really see this plume of smoke from all over the San Gabriel Valley.
Yeah, it was 30-something acres right before 6 a.m., and it was a matter of hundreds of acres every hour. And then here we are, 1,700 plus. And again, the number is likely larger. We've also seen some structures burned to the ground. Firefighters at this point are only confirming 2, but we've seen some more, and so we've seen some vehicles burn as well. Also told that 1 person has been injured, suffering from burns. No firefighters have been hurt, but that 1 person injured, we're told those injuries are not life-threatening. But Colleen, another big development today is the fact that 3 people were arrested for recklessly starting this fire. They are around a campfire, not in a designated camping area, but they were throwing papers on a fire, and we've been talking about these conditions, the winds, and just a terrible time to be having a campfire, and now you see the results.
And this really has transpired in a short period of time. We were listening to the news conference between 11 o'clock and 12. Firefighters and police officers and sheriff's deputies talking about these 3 suspects. They've already been booked for recklessly starting a fire. They're described as 3 20-somethings from around the area, Glendale, Glendora, Irwindale, and they were just out there camping out. Initially, there had been reports that maybe transients were in the area. Someone saw something suspicious, and then authorities moved in.